Bonjour, sis.
Bonjour, sis.
Happy birthday to Julia Child.
That's right. She's
Oh,
quite the mother of the cooking show. Why do we think she has like a British accent? She's from Pasadena.
I know. I don't know. And she's not even French, but she wrote the cookbook Mastering the Art of French Cooking. I don't
She
know.
did.
She did live in Paris. I did
That's true.
read. Yeah. I mean, we're going to celebrate Julia today on the
In
podcast a
full
little bit in
regale.
full. You've been celebrating Julia all week.
I really have.
And I think you're the reason we're in these get-ups today. So, for the listeners, if you're not looking at our YouTube channel, we're dressed up as Julia Child.
We are.
And Whitney looks like, I don't even know, like not Julia Child, like the most old AF Julia Child. You look like a granny that's been ridden hard and put up wet. That's all I can say.
Oh,
I mean, this
oh.
hair.
Is
Oh,
this what
ho,
I'm
ho,
is this what
this
I'm going
hairdo.
this is what I'm gonna look like when I'm ancient?
I
Oh,
don't know because you're never going to stop coloring your hair.
I don't even color my hair.
I know,
Oh,
but I'm saying if you start
yeah.
to go gray, you'll just color it. But that is
Right. Well,
insanity what's happening on your head right now.
okay. Let me just take this back on why we are here today as embodying Julia Child. And it's because there's this restaurant, I think we've talked about it, Rise Souffle here in
Yeah.
Dallas,
Well, the
Rise number
general
one.
manager was on the podcast in season one.
That is right. Audrey Braz,
Hmm.
St. Laurie, and
Hmm.
Hell Points was that episode.
Hmm.
So she's the general manager. I was texting her because she got engaged. By the way, congrats on that, Audrey.
Hmm.
And she said that they had a Julia Child lunch coming up. And if you dress as Julia Child, you will get a 3-course meal for free.
I mean, who wouldn't want to dress as Julia for a 3-course free meal at Rise, which is this unbelievable souffle place?
Yeah. I
So
said,
good.
sign me up for 4.
Yeah.
So at 10:30 a.m. on Monday, myself and 3 of my friends dress up as Julia. But I kind of forgot about this and didn't properly plan. This was so uncommon for me with a
Hmm.
costume.
Oh, yeah, for
But
sure.
one thing came to mind is when we had my Kings and Queens birthday party
Hmm. Hmm.
and you dressed up as Queen's Gambit
Yeah.
and you had like 100 dresses from Amazon delivered to my house.
Yeah.
And
From the 60s.
I just kept them because I just put them
Yeah.
in the costume
You were
closet. And
supposed to return them for me, but that's okay. No worries.
I mean, come
Yeah.
on.
They were like $5 a piece.
So I thought, well, that would work, but I needed a wig. So I thought about Mama's
Queen
old
Elizabeth
lady
wig.
wig that she wore for my geriatric Halloween and also
Hmm.
for King and Queens when she came as
Yeah.
Queen Elizabeth. So, but she's out of town.
Hmm.
So I said, can I go over there and borrow it? She said, yeah, it's probably in the baby's room or it's above this in the closet. I'm like, okay. So I find it in the baby's room. I get an apron, but I'm like, I don't know if this outfit's going to fully work. I'm going to go raid her closet. So
Hmm.
I go in there and I like take a bunch of stuff and Dwight's there. I'm like, bye, Dwight.
Yeah.
And he's like, what the hell? And so I find this little sweater, this little yellow
That's
grandma-ish
mom's
sweater.
sweater.
Yes. And so anyway, I go to the lunch and I call Mama after. How was it? And I was like, it's great. She goes, well, I saw you on the ring camera carrying out half my closet. What'd you take?
Oh my God.
And I said, well, I sent her a picture and I said, what is this yellow sweater? Graham, I'm assuming Graham had sewn it
Yeah.
for her.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Our
When
great grandmother?
our great grandmother, when she was little. This is her
Oh.
little sweater. It's itchy AF.
Oh yeah. Well, this wig looks itchy AF. My wig's itchy AF. I mean, look at my getup. I just walked outside to go get some more equipment, and Jolie, who works for me, who's my assistant, saw me, passed me on the stairs, and just looked at me and just like rolled her eyes. Like I was like, "Don't ask."
It's
She
just
was like,
another day.
and she was like, "Oh my God, what is going?" She didn't say what is going on. She just looked at me and like was like shook her head, like, "Oh my God, what are you up to now, crazy woman?"
Yes.
Yeah. But
Well,
this is what we're up to. We're celebrating old Julia, who
yes.
was one of the very first women to ever have a cooking show on TV,
Hmm.
a pioneer for women. She didn't have
Yes.
kids, but I think I think the world considers her the mother of French cuisine, even though she's not
Hmm.
even French.
I agree. I think she's probably like one of the first people to have a cooking show, which is awesome.
It was. She's one of the first women to have a cooking
Yeah.
show. She went on to have several different cooking shows.
Yes. With
She,
incredible
yeah.
people on it. Nancy Silverton was one of them that came on there.
Oh, and was on our
Yeah.
show. She's won Emmys, multiple Emmys, and a Peabody Award, and all. I mean,
Yes.
she's incredible.
Well,
Did you know she also served during World War II?
she
Yeah. She
yes,
worked for the CIA as like a desk clerk, but then, yeah. And
became a spy.
oh, I don't think she really became a spy. I think
Oh,
that's
really?
false information that
Oh,
you're reading. Yeah.
oh, only because
Because
my girlfriends the other day at our little brunch were saying something about her being a spy, but
she was an
hearsay.
assistant in she wanted to join the military, but she was too tall. They wouldn't let her. Isn't that nuts? I know that doesn't
What
make
kind of
sense.
restriction is that? Do you
It was
think
like
that we would be restricted because we're too short?
I don't know. But no, no. But she was trying to join these different women's organizations in the military and she
Hmm.
was rejected. But she persevered and she didn't belong out there on
No,
the battlefields. Thank God she belonged in the battlefield of the kitchen. And that's what
that's
she did.
right.
And that's a
That's
battlefield. We
right.
know that.
We
Yeah.
do. If any of you all have not watched the TV show that came out, I think in 2022 on, I believe it's Max, and it's called Julia. It's so good. And I was watching it while going through like all my IVF stuff. I think Lance was out of town. And on the show, they talk about how she and her husband were trying to have a baby and they couldn't. And then, she kind of let that go. And then all these things kind of opened up for her.
Hmm.
And she started on this, amazing cooking journey. And I just remember watching that, going through just freaking hell of IVF
Yeah.
and being like, I'm going to be okay if it doesn't work.
Yeah.
And like
Yes.
seeing someone who I just
Resonated
admire
with
so
you.
much. Oh my
Yeah.
God. It just like, it really just like hit for
When
me so in such a good way. I was like, Julia can do it. I can do it.
Yes, you can. I mean, I don't know if you could ever master the art of French cooking, but
Oh,
you can dominate in so many other areas.
yes.
And, you're crushing it, especially crushing that hairdo right now. I'll tell you.
I know. I don't
Oh,
like
mine
it.
is look at my hairdo. Mine is actually I'll show you. It's a Wonder Woman wig that I just pinned up.
Whoa.
So I've,
Whoa.
so I've got
Oh
all the
boy.
things happening right now. So
Oh.
yeah, now I've turned into Howard Stern. If I don't
Oh,
know.
well, I have that wig too for sure.
Oh yeah, you do.
I
Um,
was asking mom because I thought I don't think I've ever cooked anything that Julia Child has made, or
mm,
from her cookbook or anything. And
okay.
one of my girlfriends at the lunch was saying that she was going to make the beef bourguignon, which she's famous
Oh
for, and
yeah,
she looked
yeah.
and she's like, "Oh my God, there's so
Bourguignon.
many
Yeah,
steps."
I know.
Yeah, bourguignon.
There are so many
But have
steps.
you?
I don't know. I mean, I have cooked so many different recipes over the years, so I don't know, but maybe we should do a little homage this week. Maybe tonight. I'm trying to figure out what to cook tonight. But it's just that with the French cooking, are a lot of
I
ingredients and a lot of
know.
steps. And
It
lately in
needs
the
to be like a
summer, I've just been
Sunday.
kind of, it needs to be like, yeah, I got to get it on the table for everybody, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? But I do have an event, a little party coming up on Sunday, a barbecue
Ooh,
with a few families
okay.
and kids. So I need you to help me flesh out a menu for that.
Oh, okay. Well,
Here's
are
what
you
I'm
wanting to
thinking.
grill or?
Yeah, I think I'm going to grill. So I was thinking, that zesty summer shrimp that's on our
Mm,
website. Okay, I think I want to do that because that's easy and cooks up
yes.
so fast, and I can start marinating it early. And then I was thinking of doing like a flank steak with the chimichurri. I've been doing that a lot this summer, but it's just so good, because you can
Yeah.
marinate that steak and get a lot of flavor. And then if you don't want chimichurri, you don't have to put it on. But if you do, then it really
Sure.
punches it up. Okay, so I've got that. I was going to do mom's mac and cheese for the
Mm.
kids,
Mm-hmm.
okay, because I can make that in advance.
Yeah.
Um, the Brussels sprout Caesar salad
Okay.
because it holds up if I wanted to make it earlier in the day. It's like kind of gets better because
Yeah. Yeah. Marinades.
yeah. And then I don't know. I'm open. I need like a couple other sides. I don't know if I do like a
Do you?
quinoa salad. Well, I do.
Okay, that kind of seems carb heavy in the sense like you got the mac and cheese.
Mm-hmm.
So what are your sides? Mac and cheese, Brussels sprouts,
Mm-hmm. Steak and shrimp.
chicken shrimp. Um,
I'll
I
do
mean,
some like cut watermelon for the kids.
yeah.
Um,
I mean, this does not go. Mom would be like, that is too much starch. But
mhm.
I made really yummy sauteed corn, fresh corn last
I
night.
was thinking about corn because the kids love corn.
It okay, I shucked it. And for those
Okay.
of you who don't know, this is how you do it. And Lance walked into the kitchen and said, "Are you making a cake?" I said, "No, why?" He goes, "What's the bunt pan out for?"
Oh
I go, "You
yeah,
take
that's
the
the way you get the.
corn
Mhm.
cob, put it on there, and then you
Mhm.
can slice it off." I took a video. And so you just put like 4 tablespoons of butter
Mhm.
and the corn, green onions sliced, and garlic,
Mhm.
salt and pepper, and
Mhm.
saute that. And
Oh,
Big D came over for dinner, and Big D and Lance were going crazy over it. Okay.
that's a good idea.
And you also
So,
could add feta to it. And you could
mhm.
also add basil or any
Make it
kind of
like a corn
herbs,
salad and
but
serve
it's
it at room
warm.
temp. Yeah.
Oh, or that. But it was
Yeah.
really good warm.
Okay.
But again, I don't know. And they all are the same color: mac and cheese, corn,
I
and
know.
quinoa.
Well, I wouldn't do quinoa. I was thinking of like a tomato panzanella salad. That's
Oh
always
yeah,
a crowd pleaser.
that's
Um,
that's a great one.
do you think I need to do a chicken as well or shrimp and steak enough? I think.
I think you do shrimp and steak, and that shrimp, that zesty citrus shrimp.
Hmm.
I did it with salmon the other night, and it was
Mm.
PD panty
Okay.
dropper.
Okay. So what did you do? You just marinate it for how
I
long?
did it. Okay, so I I marinated it for about an hour and a half. And
Okay.
I feel like I know you like to marinate the shrimp for longer, but I feel like it kind of cooks them. And it did kind of cook my salmon, like the edges, when it's like a
Mm-hmm.
little
Mm-hmm.
thinner. So
Mm-hmm.
I only like to do it like up to like 1.5 hours. And it's still
Mm-hmm.
really flavorful. And I did it in
Mm-hmm.
the air fryer. And I
Oh,
did a
okay.
whole piece of salmon. I didn't get
Mm-hmm.
slices. I didn't get
Okay.
individual portions. I
Yeah.
just got a whole piece and cooked
Okay.
it. And
All
it
right.
was to die for.
Oh, wow.
And the
Okay.
girls were going crazy. And I served it with the Moroccan couscous that I make that's on our website that
Mm-hmm.
has the like charred lemons and dried cherries and dried
Mm.
cranberries and
Mm. Sounds amazing.
I forgot the feta on that. That's when I
Mm.
need Lance, who's like at the end of every cooking spree, he's like, toppers? Any toppers
Mm.
on this?
Oh, that's
Because I'll
good.
forget
That's
the
really
feta
good.
or
Oh,
like a nut or something. Toppers? Any
yeah.
toppers?
Oh, yeah. Sometimes I forget the toppers too, or I'll have a bunch of herbs, already chopped, ready to go, and then I'll like finish the meal and come in and be like, "Oh, damn, I forgot to put the basil on top or
Right?
whatever." Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Those toppers can be
Um,
forgotten.
You mentioned
Okay.
chimichurri. So we got invited over to somebody's house.
Oh,
I
congratulations.
know. Thank you. Thank you. It was a big deal. And they made salmon
Hmm.
and they also made kind of like a chimichurri, but they added avocado to it and it made it really creamy.
Hmm.
It was delicious. I'll have to
Okay.
ask him what he did, but I think literally it was only like cilantro, olive oil, garlic. I'll ask, but adding
Okay.
that
A little
adding the
bit of
avocado
avocado at
made
the
it
end.
really creamy and not heavy.
Interesting.
It was
Okay.
delicious.
Okay. All
Could have
right.
drank that.
Oh, I like that. Ask him. I might use that for the
Okay, I
topper.
will.
And you put it on top of steak. Was it flank steak or
Oh, you
something
could
else?
do
I know, but I was wondering what kind of steak he
it
served
was
it with.
salmon. They did
Oh,
salmon
salmon,
actually.
salmon, salmon.
But
Okay,
when I
okay.
was eating it, I thought, oh, you could put this on a variety of things.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I think I've got some ideas here.
Great. And if it hasn't been abused and used too much, you could always do the zucchini and the halloumi.
I know, but I just thought I'd rather
Oh,
just do everything ahead of time and not have to do
yeah.
too much on the grill.
Don't, don't. You always do
I know I
above
always
and
do
beyond.
too much. But then I haven't thought about the appetizers. Like I guess the cheese plate is in order and
Well, always.
yeah, I think I'll just do that. Maybe
Well,
some chips dips, chain whips.
dessert. I will tell you what I've been
I'm
making.
going to
This
tell
is,
people to bring dessert.
oh, okay. Well, for anybody else who is attending Courtney's party and needs to bring dessert, I go and I get an angel food cake or you could do scones. You could do, I bought a pound cake, a sour cream pound cake that I sliced up. And
Mm.
then I take strawberries. And you know how a lot of times when you macerate strawberries, it's with sugar. I did it with
Mm-hmm.
honey and it was
Mm.
great.
Okay.
And for the adults, I do a little Grand Marnier or some Cointreau
Mm-hmm.
to bring out some citrusy flavors
Oh, I like
and the
that.
strawberries. And then I make whipped cream. And I believe, I want to say it's, oh, the Night
Mm.
The Night who we are having on our show today,
Oh.
they had said that their mother and I think grandmother make the best whipped cream and that the
Oh,
secret
that's
to
right.
it
Yeah, yeah.
is, do you remember what the secret is?
The secret is almond extract.
That's right.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So I did almond extract and some vanilla paste, which I'm obsessed with.
I love vanilla
It's
paste.
so
Okay.
good. That's just a little strawberry shortcake, easy peasy,
Ooh, I might do that
lemon
actually.
squeezy.
Yeah, I like that. That's really
It's really
good.
good.
Yeah, love that. All right. Well, I've got my menu, and you think you've teed up the Night Souls perfectly. This is a great episode,
Thank you.
especially since we just had the meteor shower recently. It just reminds me
Oh,
of the moon, and
yeah.
you'll
Did
be
you
over
see
the.
any of the media shower?
I didn't. I
I didn't
forgot to
either.
look.
It
I
was like
fell
at
asleep
midnight.
early.
Even though I was
Yeah.
up, I just forgot. But
Mama did.
Mama,
She,
oh,
yeah, she
Mama
saw
did.
it.
What'd she say about it? I haven't talked
Well,
to her
she's
about
at
it.
the ranch, so she's
Yeah.
at a friend's ranch, so they were able to see good view, and they didn't think anything was happening. Then all of a sudden, things were just shooting out of the sky, and it was just crazy.
I gotta call
But
her and hear about it.
yeah, you got to hear about it.
Oh, that's
But
amazing.
yeah, I think you'll be over the moon with this episode. No pun intended.
Okay. Let's get into those sweet siblings, the
Love you,
Neitzel.
love your child, sister. I mean,
I
love
don't
you,
even
love
know
your
what that
shows.
means.
I meant, love you, love your show, sister, from Julia Child, from Pasadena, California. But I speak with a very odd accent.
I think she's probably in heaven, but okay.
God bless. God bless.
All right. Au revoir. I
Au
love you.
revoir.
Love you. Well, how would you say that in French?
Je t'aime. Oh, God. I have no idea. I don't, that's above my
Yeah.
pay grade.
All right. Well, LYLYS.
LYLYS.